X-Files. This will be followed by The Five Mrs. Buchanans, a comedy series about 4 ladies trying to cope with their mother-in-law. So sit back and enjoy what's on 5.
Oh, hey, it's my cousin Fred.
Relatives visiting. What's the worst that can happen?
Welcome to L.A.
Before you know it, there's more. And soon, just about everyone's out staying their welcome.
You have to do something about these people.
And then the neighbor's house is on fire.
Oh, just make yourself comfortable, son.
Thursday feature special with Kirstie Alley and John Larroquette. Madhouse on 5.
Did you know that Benedict Go, host of the Pyramid Game, was once a contestant on the show? He didn't win big bucks, but did go on to become the host of the Pyramid Game. If you didn't know, now you know. And giving us some tall tales and fabulous facts today are celebrities. Wong Li Lin, who was Catherine on Masters of the Sea, Hamish Brown, TV presenter and sports personality, and Benedict Go, host of the ever-popular Pyramid Game. And here's the host of the game show with the weirdest questions, Daryl David.
Thank you very much. Good evening. It's Wednesday at 7:30. Welcome once again to another episode of Now You Know, the show that not only lets you have fun and be entertained, but also increases your general knowledge as well. But hey, don't take my word for it. Listen to some of the facts that these guys, our panel of very honest-looking, I say once again, very honest-looking celebrities, Hamish Brown, Li Lin, and the man from the Pyramid Game, Benedict Go.
Thank you very much.
Our two contestants for this evening are Clement and Shiva. Now, you'll have to deal with these honest-looking people, guys. Clement, you're a poly student. You take mass communication.
Yup, I do.
Now, it says that you want to get into the entertainment line and be a game show host.
Yeah.
It's a awful job, I'm telling you. Why a game show host, Clement?
Why a game show host?
Why a game show host?
I don't know.
Ben, he's serious, Ben. He wants to be a game show host. Does he actually know what he's talking about?
Well, first of all, I mean, I have an interest in it. That's why I'm in mass communication, right?
All right.
And, well, you guys are my inspiration. I mean, I see you guys, okay, granted, as TCS and other foreign game show hosts, and it's like, nice. The way you guys interact with people, PR, you know, it's getting to know people in a really cool way. Do I get my prize now?
No one's ever called me an inspiration before. Lots of other names, but... Thank you, Clement. All the best for your career. Now, your opponent will be Shiva. Shiva, you're a systems analyst. Now, you never wanted to be a game show host, but you wanted to be a pilot. Hey, I always wanted to be a pilot when I was a kid as well. And fortunately, of course, you said because of your eyesight, you can't be a pilot.
That's true.
Have you ever
These
tried?
glasses prevented me from becoming a commercial pilot.
Okay, now, what else do you want to do besides flying a plane?
Okay, to the whole world.
Interesting, Shiva. Well, for every question on the game, there will be 3 answers. 1 is true, 2 are false. What Shiva and Clement have got to do to tell me which is the true answer. They guess correctly, they get the points. The player with most number of points then wins the game, goes into our bonus round where the fun then really begins. Envelopes, choices, stories, true or false. But when the dust is settled and everything clears, one of these gentlemen could be walking away with the bonus prize worth some $4,500.
And that bag of goodies includes 2 return tickets to enjoy the sights and sounds of beautiful Bangkok. You'll also get $1,200 in cash and relax on this complete queen-size Alan Noble mattress and divan set with headboard worth $2,500. It's a 3-in-1 grand prize worth $4,500. And this package is sponsored by Airland Singapore Private Limited.
All right, Clement, Shiva, you're both ready. Clement, you get to go first because you... Oh, what's this?
Ooh.
Money. $10 note. What a coincidence. Our first question's got to do with a $10 note. Wow. Now, look at this note very carefully. Now, do you ever notice the circles at the bottom right of the note?
That's mine, actually. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Daryl.
See what happens when you trust these people?
Ooh.
Now, the question is, what is the main function of those 2 circles, Clement? You thief, you.
Well,
answer the question.
Yes. Feel the circles.
Feel, I can feel it very nicely. Oh, yes, it feels very good in my pocket,
That's
too.
mine, Lily. Hamish, give that back.
Oh, don't fight, just tell it, sorry. Just tell sorry.
Feel the circle.
You got 50. Okay, give me $50. I'll give it
Look, humor him and feel the circle. Come on.
you will notice that they are raised. Okay, you know that the Singapore government is always taking care of the welfare of all its people. And so, they have made the currency thus. Why? So that the visually impaired, you know, can feel the circles and determine the denomination of the notes.
Wow. Raise the red circle.
Correct. So, you know, you don't get visually handicapped people handing out $50 notes when they actually need $5.
I still can't feel.
I can't feel a thing.
Because you're not visually handicapped, guys.
That's right.
I mean, come on.
Get me?
Hamish.
What?
You're so smart with all your smug remarks, right? You tell me then. You tell me what the two red circles, what the circles are meant to.
Measles.
Even if I close my eyes and I put this thing on, I can't feel it, I think. So, let me tell you what it's really for, okay? In these two circles, you ever notice you have crisp new bills, how they smell, you know, nice?
Especially during Chinese New Year.
It's the greatest smell in the world, I tell you.
I tell you,
You can
money
no cologne, no
great.
cologne, can beat that smell.
Yeah, no, but really, that particular fragrance is added, like a scratch and sniff concept, and it's added on the circles. You know, it's added on the circles here. That's the reason why. And you notice, crisp new notes, after a time, the smell goes. That's because it's small circles, they're going to add so much fragrance.
And
After
it
that,
sucks up the sweat from your wallet as well, right?
So it's a case of eau de Monet.
Eau de Monet!
Eau de Monet.
Eau de Monet!
Eau de Monet. Eau de
Come
Monet.
on, this is a security mark. You know, they still have the lion's head, right? We put it up against the light. Now this one, a lot of people, or the counterfeiters have now managed to print the lion's head on notes, so they can have counterfeits and that, you know. So this is very special. You put it under the ultraviolet ray, you get the board of commissioners of currency printed on it going around in circles.
Really?
So that these counterfeiters can't do it.
I am smiling.
Well, there's no ultraviolet ray here.
Can I please have my $10 back?
No.
I'll give my $50.
These guys are tough. These guys are tough.
Thank you very much.
Clement, I've got no money left, and it's a chance for you to earn some points, though.
Okay.
Hamish says, eau de Monet.
Eau de Monet.
The circles add fragrance to the notes. Now, Leland says that the two circles are security marks.
Okay.
And Ben says it's to help the visually handicapped. Very noble indeed. 450 points, Clement. What's it going to be?
I'd have to go with Benedict's answer.
Benedict's answer.
Visually.
All the money now.
Well, after all that pain and torture, would you believe it? Clement, you got the right answer. Yes. Well, let me just tell you that all the circles among the different notes are positioned differently. So the visually handicapped will have no problem telling which note is which note. Well done, Clement. Well said, Ben. Well, Shiva, question number 2 is coming right up, and that's your question. Don't despair because you're only 50 points behind. Listen very carefully. You might just tie the game with Clement. Dumbbells. You work out at the gym. Dumbbells. Now, dumbbells, they might be dumb, but they don't look anything like bells, as we know them. Bells in the church, for example. So why, then, are they called dumbbells?
Bell was actually once spelled B-E-L-L-E. Bell. Bell. And bell meant woman. See? Now, in other words, people with beauty with no brains.
Hey, Clement is not a bell, she's a ballerina.
What calls?
Dumb
Bell. Voila. I.e. stupid women.
I think this
Later, however, this was applied to the weightlifters who were thought to have great bodies, but no brains. It's true, it's true. It is what was thought of before.
Of course, Hamish, you don't subscribe to such
I don't
nonsense,
subscribe
do you,
to such
Hamish?
things. Unfortunately, the
You
truth
are a man of
will
the
out.
90s, aren't you?
I am a man.
Equality for women.
Yes,
Huh?
I would love to be. Well, once I get married, I'd like to have this great woman with big muscles carry me over the threshold for a change.
Well said, Hamish. Well said. Oh, indeed.
Actually, eventually it meant the equipment. Dumbbell.
that doesn't really.
This man's middle name is...
Yeah, have the dumbbell. Dumbbell.
Okay, it doesn't answer the question. Okay, in the olden days, they had these people who told the bell. You know, like pulling and pulling, and they're really big and muscular, you see? All right, a long time ago, there was all these people who pulled the bells were very strong. So they had all these weights made in the shape of a bell.
Ding dong.
Right, to inspire all these people. So, but because it was in the shape of a bell, it made no sound. It was mute or dumb. And that's why they call it dumb bell.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
You believe
right.
that? Oh, come on.
Come
Here comes the man.
I am the logical man here.
He's
okay?
the man.
The maker of this was a man called Alex Dumbbell. Come on, we've got a variety of surnames in the world. People have got surnames crossed, gold,
Dumbbell, come
silver,
here.
bronze. Take Hamish, for instance, his surname is Brown.
And he's brown.
And he's brown. I mean, imagine going through life. Hey, dumbbell. No, go ahead.
And so, Alex Dumbbell, you know, he was quite frail.
I know it's not fair playing with him because his voice is so loud.
That's right.
But anyway, carry on with your story.
Yeah, so Alex Dumbbell, he was quite, you know, poor in health. You know, so he thought of this device. And, you know, people have objects named after them. Likewise, he did.
Focus back on your question. Why are they called dumbbells? From the phrase meaning stupid women. That's such an ugly term.
I know.
Stupid women.
What history is filled with things like that?
It's awful. The
I think
original
he
weights
made
were
that
bell-shaped
Yeah.
but mute.
That could be a...
Ice cream?
Ice cream?
Curry puff coffee or drinks? The maker of these weights was Mr. Alex
Dumbbell.
Dumbbell.
That's right.
Now, Shiva, they all sound very plausible, but only one is correct. To tie the game with Clement, what's it going to be?
I think I'll go with Leland.
You're going to go with Leland answers that the original weights were bell-shaped but mute. She has just proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that women are by no means less intelligent. In fact, they are more intelligent than these two men here because that answer is correct, Shiva. So you get the 50 points. And it's a tied
Let
game.
me give you a kiss.
Well, Clement and Shiva are going to make it a very, very close game for both of us. When we come back after the break, questions 3 and 4, and find out who our victor is. Don't touch that dial.
Here's your Now You Know question. Are brown eggs or white eggs more nutritious? Do the contents of the chicken's eggs change with the color of the shell? If you think you know the answer, check with us after the break on Now You Know.
Fits all homes. Airland mattresses come in 7 models. The only range with a choice of 3 spring systems. Airland mattresses. They'll support the rest of your life. Ah.
Dick, you gotta eat more, Dick.
I know.
Pump it harder, dear.
Yeah, I'm trying. Look, if you want to see me make a fool of myself, you have to watch.
Kopitiam.
Thursday on 5.
468 2222 468 2222 468 2222 Milanos.
Call us now.
Oh, hey, it's my cousin Fred.
Relatives visiting. What's the worst that can happen?
Welcome to L.A.
Before you know it, there's more. And soon, just about everyone's out staying their welcome.
You have to do something about these people.
And then, the neighbor's house is on fire.
Oh, just make yourself comfortable, son.
Thursday feature special with Kirstie Alley and John Larroquette. Madhouse on 5.
Welcome back to Now You Know. And if you thought the color of the eggs doesn't matter one bit, you're right. The nutritional value stays the same, whether the egg is brown or white. If you didn't know, now you know. And now, over to Daryl.
Welcome back to the show. Now you know we're into our question 3 and 4. Clement and Shiva, you're both tied at 50 points each, but don't worry because, hey, anything goes on this show. Clement, your question 3 is worth 100 points. And the question is, why didn't people in old photographs, you know, old black and white photographs, why didn't people in old photographs smile? Old photographs.
Oh, that's right. I'm young.
All photographs. Hamish, you can stay. Serious, all right? It's a term of respect, Hamish.
Fair enough.
Orang tua and all that,
Orang
you know.
tua, okay.
Orang tua and all that. Now, being the oldest person here, I won't say by how many years, but why don't you tell us about the old days, Hamish? Oh, black and white photographs.
Let me tell you a story. Okay. In the old days, cameras weren't like what they are today. Technological advancement being what it was. So exposure time back in the old days really took a lot of time. 10, 15 minutes maybe. So the subject would have had to, like, if he was smiling, he'd have to, like, hold a smile for about 10, 15 minutes. Can you imagine yourself doing that? See? So the smile would become forced, and there'd be blurred images because you don't really know when that exposure would happen. So if you were holding on for 10 minutes, and finally the cheeks are like go, click, and you'd end up with this picture like, so that's the reason why. I mean, like, you know, long exposure time.
Long exposure time.
I mean, granted, it would take a long time to take a photo, say 10 minutes. If usually, you know, it's 10 minutes, like towards the last 2 minutes, you could like suddenly smile a little bit, right? So, I mean...
Yeah, that's right. I mean, somebody could give the cue.
Exactly. So actually, in those times, photographs were actually very expensive. So they were... I mean, you take photos like as part of memory or something. So they only take it when, say, they have to send away their children, sell it to somebody, or when the husband has to go away to work and blah, 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 blah. So there's no reason to smile. So just take...
Well,
so sad.
So sad.
Yeah. I'm wrought with emotion.
That's right.
Sad. Ben, you've got to tell us something a bit happier, Ben. I mean, you've taken lots of photographs yourself.
Yeah, I have. Joyful story from me.
Great.
You know, photographers in those days, like those in our days, they required their models, females or males, to put on makeup. Okay? But you know, the makeup then, they didn't have such good material like we have now. So they put a lot of makeup and...
Like Lilin.
That's right, but the reason why we put on makeup is so that we won't shine on TV. You know, it's nice, good looking and all that. And for better contrast of color. You got that? But the makeup then was so heavy and they didn't have good material quality and all that. So the makeup would crack. No, mine doesn't crack.
That's interesting, you know. Clement, before you answer, you have a choice. Would you like to pass or play?
I'll play.
This guy's like some kung fu exponent. Before he answers every question, it's play. Exposure time was very long, therefore they couldn't hold that smile. The photos were taken in very sad and somber situations. Benedict says people didn't smile because they would crack the makeup when their facial muscles move.
Okay.
Clement, for 150 point to 50 lead, what is the correct answer?
I have to go with Hamish's answer, that they didn't smile because exposure takes a long time.
Would you believe that is actually the correct answer, Clement? As a matter of fact, people in old photographs did not smile because exposure took a very long time. So Clement, you are now in the driving seat. 150, can we give him some points? 150 points to Shiva, 50 points. But Shiva, you are in control right now because question number 4 is worth 200 points. If you get this one, you can still steal the game from Clement. But before we're going to answer that question, let's take a look at a video clip of a very famous landmark in Singapore.
Fort Canning is now a very quiet and serene place. But did you know that in the old days, a gun boomed out from here at 5 a.m., noon, and 8 p.m., telling people when to wake up, have a meal, and go to bed.
Now, Fort Canning is more than just a place for theatrical performances, weddings, or courting couples. It was once called Bukit Larangan, which in Malay meant Forbidden Hill. Why was entry to the hill forbidden? Bukit Larangan.
Interesting. Well, you see, if you've ever been to Fort Canning, I'm sure you have, you know, Pat Toy and all that, you will notice that it's up on a hill. it gives you a very commanding kind of presence. Agree with me?
Doesn't matter, lah.
If you do national service, you would know that.
About the hill? We got other things to worry about. Yeah.
If you have ever been through NS, you would know that, you know, being on elevated ground, it would serve as a perfect OP and observation point.
Ocean Pacific.
Ocean Pacific.
Observation point. The man was an officer.
That's right, that's right. Okay, a military outlook point. And so, you know, access for civilians is entirely forbidden. Okay, you got that?
Thank you, Lieutenant Go, sir.
Well, down 20 before you carry on?
Yes, sir.
But the question remains, will the officer still be a gentleman in the middle of the night on Fort Canning?
Well, maybe that's for me to know and for all of you to find out.
Okay. Anyway, let me tell you what it really is, okay? Long ago, when there was still royalty in Singapore, the common man was forbidden from this hill. That's why it's called Forbidden Hill. Because it was said that the royalty, princesses in particular, would take baths in the stream, which was behind the hill. The stream, incidentally, today in Singapore is called the Stamford Canal. So, in case you don't know, a little history for you.
Leland.
It's true, it's forbidden to the common man, but not for the reasons he stated. Simply because it was a burial ground for the royalties. Right? I mean, the tomb of Iskandar Shah is there even.
Shiva, you are 50 or 100 points, matter of fact, behind Clement, and you need these 200 points to win the game. Would you like to pass or play?
I'd like to play.
The princesses bathed there, around the vicinity of Fort Canning Hill. It was the burial place for royalty, therefore forbidden to commoners. The officer and the gentleman, I hope, says it was a military outpost, a military outlook point. For 200 points, a chance to steal the game from Clement, Shiva. What's your answer going to be? You get it wrong, Clement wins.
I think I'll go by Leland because I guess it was a burial place for royalty.
It was a burial place for royalty. Never mind if they disturb you, Leland, because you have just won yourself a fan, because that is the correct answer, Shiva. You have won the game and you have stolen in and beaten Clement by 100 points. Clement, give us a Jackie Chan move, Clement.
I'll give you a, Huang Fei Hong.
Huang Fei Hong move.
Like the...
You know what I love about this show? Everybody who comes on to play has a great time. Clement, you are such a sporting loser. Thank you so much.
You mean I lost?
To the game.
You mean I lost?
Sense of humor as well. A sense of humor as well. Thank you so much for playing the game. We've got some great prizes waiting for you. Thank you once again. He deserves a round of applause. Come on. Now, when we come back after the break, Shiva, the fun and games really begin for Shiva as he goes on into our bonus round. Does he win? Stay tuned to find out.
It's time to visit the dentist again, and this time your wisdom tooth is coming out. Now, why is the wisdom tooth called the wisdom tooth? For the answer, stay tuned to the game show with a difference. Now you know.
Once in a while, a miracle comes into this world that captures everyone's heart.
Now you can collect an original Charlie Brown, a lovable Lucy, a cute Woodstock, or an adorable Snoopy, which is $2.50 each with any purchase of a McDonald's Super Saver meal. Catch your own limited edition Peanuts plush at McDonald's.
On Friday, they were dead, but were brought back as the ultimate killing machines. When a reporter discovers their secret, she too is mocked for death.
The film.
Now, one of the pursuers is trying to save her. Can they escape from the toughest hunting party? Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren in The Universal Soldier, Friday on 5.
Now, 1FM 90.5 gives you more. All the news.
Home news. World events. Business and financial news.
All the information.
Health, sports, money, food, parenting.
All your favorite songs.
It's now all in 1FM 90.5.
News, information, and your favorite songs. Tell a friend about 1FM 90.5 and win $10,000. Tune in to find out more.
Your talking point tonight. The Philippine Commission has released its report on Flor Contemplacion. They say she was innocent, a victim of injustice. The Singapore government has rejected these findings.
So how do Singaporeans feel about this issue? Someone touched you, but was it an accident? And could this have been unintentional?
Molest, how do you know when it is and when it isn't?
On Talking Point tonight at 8 on 5.
You're back on Now You Know. And here's why the wisdom tooth is called the wisdom tooth. Because it appears only when you're older and supposedly wiser. If you didn't know, now you know. And here's Daryl with more questions.
Thank you very much. And now you know Postal Service. And on the subject of post and envelope, Shiva, you've got an envelope right here for yourself, which is yours to keep, by the way. Now, in this envelope, those envelopes over there are $5, $50, $500, and the grand prize of $4,500. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you all that once again. So take a deep breath then and press that button here, Till, then tell me if it's false or real. Let's see who we get to listen to. We get Mr. Hamish Brown.
Okay. Shiva, my story is about circus clowns. Originally, circus clowns had the job of, would you believe, first aid attendants. Now, what happened was in Europe, people in Europe saw ferocious animals like lions and tigers for the first time because they'd never seen stuff like that in Europe before, right? They fainted. The experience just simply overwhelmed them. They fainted. The clowns were then hired to revive the spirits. So they ran around with the bucket of water around the ring, always handy to revive people who were fainting, throw the water on them and revive them. And it just evolved after that to keep the spirits up. The clowns added humor.
Is that whole tale about clowns